Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cedar Catholic Trojan football for this afternoon's 3 o'clock kickoff here between Cedar Catholic and the Bancroft Lions Decatur Wolverines. Scott Ulrich here making a call as the Trojans just now taking the field. First game of the season for Cedar Catholic, and Trey Morton will be coloring the call here in the booth. A lot of changes going on for the Trojans this year, coming in from the quarterfinals last year where they were knocked out in the state playoff action. And with all them changes coming to the offensive and defensive side of the ball, consistency will be the biggest question we're going to see early on for the Trojans. Earlier today, Mike Becker from Hartelco was able to talk to Chad Cotto, and he discussed those very things that we're expecting to see tonight in tonight's contest.
We're visiting with Cedar Catholic head football coach Chad Cotto before the start of this afternoon's Bancroft Rosalie Lions at Cedar Catholic game. Thanks, Coach, for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, and thanks for the coverage.
Last year, Cedar was in the toughest Class C2 district in the state and possibly the toughest district regardless of classification. Yet you were still able to get one of the 16 playoff spots in Class C2. What did your underclassmen learn from last season and the playoffs?
Well, hopefully they learned, the need for just preparing yourselves every day and making sure you get better each and every day because, last year I thought we did a good job of that. I felt we progressed throughout the course of the year and we were playing our best, at the end of the year. And I thought our kids, hopefully they learned that you got to play big in big games and really step up your game. And we're going to find out Friday because, Bancroft's got a nice team.
What spots do you need to fill from last year, and who might we expect to see some playing time today for the Trojans?
Well, we got to fill in for Stephen Hillis, so at guard on the offense and the linebacker spot on defense. And on defense, Jacob Kaiser is going to fill into that spot. And offensively, we'll probably play Derek Hymas and Caden Lammers. We'll both get reps at the guard spot. We had good receivers, Sean Cottle, Easton Joe Kimson have graduated. So we have some younger guys step up there. Riley Arns is out this year again after 2 years being out with concussions. So he'll slide into there. Losing Tanner at quarterback, we're going to probably play both Matthew Schaefer and Dane Whitmire. Neither one of them has really came out and won the job, from the other one. So both have done a lot of good things. So, we'll see if, as the season progresses here, if one of them kind of steps up or if we're going to continue to go with two. So, we lost a lot of good kids and a lot of good leadership, and it's a big loss for us. Kids really got to adjust. Marcus Arns is going to step in and play center for us for Carter. So and I'm sure I know I'm forgetting some kids, but we've had a lot of young kids step up and have had a lot of big shoes to fill.
Last year was the first time that you've seen the combined Bancroft Rosalie Lions Decatur squad. What do you expect from them this afternoon, and what will be the biggest challenge that your Trojan squad will face?
Well, we're going to expect to see the ball thrown a lot, ran, probably 50-50. They're an athletic team. They got good athletic skill players. Their running back returns, and most of their receivers. Their tight end, he's a special kid as well. Their offensive line's kind of like we are. They return 3 pretty good kids. Then they got to fill in from there. So offensively, they're going to be a great challenge. Last year we were catching them in their first 11-man game. So, some of the things, they didn't know yet at that point, but you could see late in the year that they had really progressed a lot. So, I'm expecting a lot of good things from their offense. And, defensively, they're going to run a 4-4. Sometimes it looks like a 6-2, but, they're good up in between the tackles, and they got kids out on the perimeter that can run and tackle. So it's going to be a good challenge for us, that's for sure, and hopefully we play well enough to win it.
How healthy is your team after preseason drills, and what do you tell your squad before the first game of the season?
Health-wise, we're pretty good. We've had a few kids get banged up a little bit, but nothing long-term and nothing too serious yet at this point. So hopefully that continues and the health holds out. And We just talk to our kids every day about getting better and progressing, and hopefully, through 3 weeks of practice, we've progressed enough to the point where we can go out and play well and do some good things on the field.
Well, thanks for joining us, Coach, and good luck to you and the Trojans this afternoon.
All right. Again, thanks for the coverage.
Again, that's Chad Cotto, head football coach for the Cedar Catholic Trojans, with his thoughts on today's game.
Again, that was Mike Becker interviewing Coach Chad Cotto earlier today before today's kickoff. Consistency and returning starters is going to be a challenge here for the Trojans as they face the Bancroft, Rosalie, Lions, Decatur Wolverines. We're just going to call them the Wolverines. That's just a lot to say in one line there. So, again, Scott Ulrich here in the booth, Trey Morton joining me, and we're just about 2 minutes away here from kickoff at Russ Hochstein Field. Father Cordy is addressing the individuals here with the prayer, and coming up here in a minute will be presentation of colors by the VFW Post 5283. Cedar Catholic is introduced as a team, no individual starters, so we're not sure exactly who's going to start for positions, but twice as many players out for Cedar Catholic versus Bancroft is the first thing that jumps out at me. A lot more kids, a lot more people on the bench. And we're just about underway here. VFW Post 5283 presenting today's colors. Cedar Catholic Pep Band under the direction of Miss Pat Sedevy will be playing the national anthem. And that's the VFW Post 5283 here in Hardington. We're just about set for kickoff. Scott Ulrich joining me in the booth is Trey Morton. Trey, 3 returning starters on defense for the Trojans. That's a tough task for any player and any coach.
Especially as the young guys come up this year, is going to see how they can make their tackles and how they can adjust to the different formations that they're going to be thrown into.
Different formations I'm sure we're going to see as Coach Cotto. He throws a lot of different spread formations, Maryland I formation, wing T. You're going to see a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I saw a little bit of their practice earlier this week, and they were throwing a mix of different things in there. One thing to take into effect here, we have a south wind 15 miles an hour, so it will play into today's game. Wind going to be blowing from right to left on the screen. Bancroft Rosalie, they won the toss here earlier and deferred, so Cedar Catholic will be getting the ball first here on offense and going against the wind, as we just mentioned. Not sure exactly who some of the starters are. A couple that we're going to look out for here early on to play a big role is going to be number 50 for Cedar Catholic. Absolutely one of the best players we saw last year, Rex Becker. He's a 270-pound sophomore, as well as Paulson. I believe he's wearing number 55, 255-pound senior, and those two are going to anchor the line on both sides of the ball, look to play a big role in today's game. Bancroft getting set to kick off here. Get some of these names in as we bring these new players on the field. Lucas Vogt is going to be a freshman. He's going to do the kicking duties. Ball's placed right at the 40. And back deep for Cedar Catholic, number 22. That's Jacob Kaiser, the sophomore. We saw some flashes of him as a freshman. Outstanding runner if he can get some running space, as well as number 4, Jackson Eichhoff, the senior, who carries a lot of the workload for the running back position. And it looks like we're set to go. 10 months we've been waiting for kickoff. We're finally back here. 3 o'clock kickoff for Cedar Catholic and 7 o'clock kickoff for Hardington Newcastle. A doubleheader here in Hardington today as Vogt set to go, and we are now underway from Hardington. Short kick, fielded by the up back of the 25. Got a whole bunch of blockers in front of him. Good running room across the 40 and brought down at the 42. Mark at the 43 on the return there for Cedar Catholic. Number 31. That's Austin Arns, the senior. So a good start there for Cedar Catholic. Wolverines lining up in a 4-man front here for defense. He has good size on that defensive front, matched up against Cedar Catholic. And right away we see the Maryland Eye. 3 running backs behind the quarterback. Handoff is to the deep man is Eichhoff. Good running room, good blocking up front there by Paulson. It's going to be a gain of 7. Dean Whitmire, the senior, 175-pound quarterback. He's a transfer in from Arizona a couple years ago. He'll be the signal caller for Cedar Catholic, as this is the first we're even learning who is going to play what are the key positions for Cedar. Wide receivers to the far side split out as Matthew Becker and Jason Becker. I formation with Whitmire and Eichhoff again in the back. Handoff is to the second man through Eichhoff. First down yardage across midfield and brought down at the 43, and that will move the chains. Trey, conservative calling here as we start out. 2 running plays, and it's hard to not call that when you got that kind of offensive line.
Yeah, it seems like coach is really just trying to test out how this defense is going to play him, and anything they're running so far through the first 2 plays looking like they're going to get good yardage, so you might as well just keep it on the ground.
Good blocking leading to nice 2 plays there. First down, move the chains. Another I formation for Cedar Catholic. Option play, and it's fumbled. Just a complete drop there. Wasn't sure who was going to have it. It was Whitmire or number 31, Austin Arns, and it is going to be a turnover. Just a missed handoff there between the fullback and the quarterback. So the 3rd play of the game, 10:59 to go, and there's our first turnover. Cedar Catholic will jump to the defensive side of the ball. First down and 10, ball placed at the 44-yard line for the Wolverines.
It looked like Whitmire tried to pull the ball there, but the fullback just wasn't having it. They clamped down and tried to get fast through the hole, but fumble on the play will bring up the first drive for the Bancroft Lions Decatur Wolverines. 5-man front for the Trojan defense. 3 wideouts, 2 to the far, 1 to the near. And a quarterback, he's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Number 50, Rex Becker, bringing him down. First man in there is number 31, Austin Arns. And the sophomore and senior tandem there on the defensive side of the ball brings up a big loss. We'll call it a loss of 10. First defensive play for Cedar Catholic. Brought 5 guys, and all 5 guys got to the quarterback.
Speed the key there. Big man anchoring in the nose tackle position, number 62, Ian Rohan. He is a big senior. It's going to be plugging up the inside, and the outside guys are able to get pressure. Second down and 20 here. Option play to the first man through, and he's going to get about 3. Nice defensive stop there, as we just mentioned. 360-pound Ian Rohan making the tackle. 3rd down, and we'll call it about 17. Spread formation for the Wolverines. 2 to the far, 2 to the near with 1 setback as the quarterback is in the shotgun. Looking to pass, rolling, scrambling, more pressure coming up the front, and he's going to be tackled and sacked in the backfield. Outstanding play, number 50, Rex Becker. We brought him up in the pregame, making the stop, along with number 5, Josh Pinkelman, the junior, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Great job by Josh right there, staying in the hole and staying patient, waiting for the quarterback to cut back and waiting for him. Making the great tackle on the play.
No consistency issue on defense. Coach Mike Johnson has that team dialed in right now, much faster than the Wolverine offensive line, and that's causing all sorts of problems. The Wolverines looking to go for it on their own 33-yard line at 4th and forever. And it's going to be they are going to punt it away. Great spiraling kick with the wind. Fielded over the shoulder by Eichhoff at the 30, across the 35, and he's going to be brought down at the 40. Outstanding play there by Cedar Catholic, and that will lead to their second possession on offense.
Cedar Catholic Junior and Senior High School stresses the importance of academic excellence for all students and is committed to helping students achieve their full potential academically and spiritually. This public service announcement is courtesy of Hartelco.
1st and 10 for Cedar Catholic. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. Man in motion is Becker to the near side. Handoff is to Eichhoff. Sidestep to defender, and he's going to be brought down. Loss of 1 on the play. Outstanding defense there by number 68. That's Seth Totten, the junior, from Bancroft Rosalie. It will bring up 2nd down and 11. Checking in for Cedar Catholic, number 22, Jacob Kaiser, the sophomore running back, bringing the play in. And it will be a Maryland I formation. Whitmire, Kaiser, and Eichhoff in the backfield. And there's a flag coming in from the near side of the field. And it's going to be a false start. Looks like an offensive lineman jumped there, and that will push him back. Loss of 5 on a penalty will bring up 2nd down and 16. 1st down yardage is right at midfield. 50-yard line ball is going to be placed at the 34. Cedar Catholic tight formation with that Maryland I formation. No wide receivers out to either side. Handoff is to the last man through Eichhoff. Good defensive adjustment there. No gain on the play. Maybe 1 if he fell forward. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 15. So excellent blocking up front in the first series, and now this one is just stalling just a little bit. Maybe some adjustments are made up front by the Wolverines to bring up 3rd down and long for the Trojans.
Looks like they're blitzing both cornerbacks on the sides when they look like they're going to the Maryland I formation here. Won't be able to do it now that they spread 2 out, 1 at the top and 1 to the bottom of your screen.
Spread formations again, 1 out to each side. Man in motion is Kaiser to the far side. And he almost broke that one. Great defensive stop there. Number 54 for the Wolverines. Dustin Burgett is able to get a hold of him almost right there on the back of the shoulder pads. But Kaiser brought down for a loss. 4th down and 20. 7:29 to go first quarter. No score from Hartington.
Great job by the Wolverines defense for adjusting to so many different formations, that time lined up in a wingback set. We're not fooled by the sweep.
Number 16 for Cedar Catholic, Matthew Schaefer, the star golfer on Cedar Catholic's men's squad, is doing the punting duties for Cedar Catholic into that stiff wind. Good snap. A little bit of a spiraling kick, and that one, the wind is going to stall it, as it was going to be touched about the 43. And Bancroft will take over at the 43, 1st down and 10.
Give the guys at Hartington Feed and Chick a call for a competitive grain bin or to contract your corn for later delivery or for all your livestock feeding needs. Hartington Feed and Chick has been the leader in animal nutrition since 1955. Just call 402-254-7449.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Ball placed at the 42-yard line. 2nd possession on offense for the Wolverines. 4 wide receivers. Handoff is to the lone setback. Quarterback sneak actually going straight forward. Excellent defensive stop there. Number 62, Rohan. And Trey, early on we brought up his name 3 times, and he's doing excellent work for the Trojans.
Great job up front by everybody on the line here, but Ian Rohan really getting through, knocking the center off balance and getting to the quarterback there. Not fooled by the sweep.
3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 to the far. Isolate Riley Arns, the defender on that far side of the field. As is an option play, straightforward running and outstanding defense early on in this contest. Josh Finkelman, number 62 though, Rohan, making a name for himself up front. If I was going to pick players of the game, it's a defensive front right now.
Cedar Catholic's defense is not being fooled here by the 3 tight ends and the trips down here. They're bringing their safety over to cover the inside. Not going to be fooled on a possible slant here. Still loading up the box.
Same formation, Cedar Catholic loading up, as you mentioned there, 5 in the box. Option play to the far side. Great defensive pursuit. Dane Whitmire broke that one up. Also coming in is Jacob Kaiser, and that will bring up 4th down. And it will flip again as Cedar Catholic will get the 3rd chance at the ball here as Bancroft looks to punt. Bancroft's punter, that Will Gatzmeyer, lines up so close to the formation. I actually thought they were going for it before on 4th down, but he's just really, really close on this snap. There's a rolling bad snap, fielded well, and now he's scrambling, looking, and he was able to get the punt away. This one will sail out of bounds, and Cedar will wind up with good field position, and they're going to take over right about the 25-yard line.
Hartelco is your certified gig-capable technology leader in Northeast Nebraska. Whether it's phone, TV, broadband internet service, computer sales and repair, or home and business networking, Hartelco has the experts to help you with your technology needs. Just stop by our office at 103 West Center Street in Hartington, or visit our sister store, Yankton Computers, at 1901 Broadway in Yankton.
1st down and 10, Cedar Catholic. 5:13 to go here in the first quarter of play. Becker, the wide out to the far side. Whitmire and Eichhoff. A little bit of broken play in the backfield there, and that's just good running by Eichhoff. Still on his feet, turning forward, getting 5 yards before he is brought down. Number 15 making the tackle. That's Lucas Vogt, the freshman. That's just good running as it was kind of a busted play in the backfield. 2nd down and 5 for Cedar Catholic here. 3 o'clock kickoff feels a little bit different being here this early in the day, but doubleheader coming up. Hartington Newcastle will play the 2nd contest tonight with Cedar Catholic. Becker in motion going to the far side. Handoff is to Eichhoff, and it will be across that far side. He's going to get about 4. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down yardage as Cedar Catholic can now bring up 3rd down. Dane Whitmire, the quarterback, gets a call from Kaiser as he comes into the huddle. 3rd down and 1. This might be 4th down territory here. Cedar Catholic's control the defensive side of the ball. If they don't get this one here, very questionable, could go for it. Maryland I formation. Handoff is to the 2nd man through, which is Kaiser, and his speed got him right to that 1st down. It's going to be close. See where the official spot is.
The spot looks pretty good. It looks like they're going to get it from the back, Judge. We'll see what they call here.
And there it is. 1st down. Speedy Kaiser didn't get very much on that one, but he just enough got that ball across the 1st down marker. And with 3:55 to go in the first quarter, Cedar Catholic moves the chains. Riley Arns, the wide out spread to the far side. Becker to the near. Wingback Kaiser to the far side, and a little bit of delay motion there. He's going to be wrapped up. Number 31 doing the running duties for Austin was Austin Arns. Just a slow developing play. That will bring up 2nd down. And it'll be an official timeout on the field here, as the first timeout will be called from Bancroft to Rosalie. With 3:55 to go, we'll take a break as well. Your score is 0-0.
If you're thinking of buying or selling, Jane Seiler, Realtor with Don Peterson and Associates, welcomes you to come visit with her. Jane is here to help with the whole process to get you into that dream property. You'll find Jane at the Don Peterson and Associate office, downtown Hartington. Hartelco has bundles with big savings, free calling, and 10 meg per second download speeds. 100 meg per second download speeds are available to eliminate buffering. Call Hartelco at 402-254-3901. For the right products and expert advice to get your projects done right, come to Cruzy True Value. In every department, you'll find terrific items that will help make each job go a little more smoothly. Cruzy True Value. Start right, start here.
When it comes to all of your tax planning, tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll needs, Milbrow Saylor Bookkeeping and Tax Service is the place to go. They've been providing high-quality professional tax and bookkeeping services to the surrounding area for over 30 years. In addition to these services, Millbrae Sailor also offers an array of financial services. Stop in today at 106 West Main in Hardington to see what Millbrae Sailor has to offer.
Cedar Catholic on the play to the near side of the field. Excellent hit there after about a 4-yard gain running the ball is Austin Arns. And that will bring up third down. We're doing something new this year here where everything's pre-recorded digitally for our commercials. Usually we've always just read it off a script and we could kind of cut it short if we needed to. But this year we're gonna try this out digitally. And as you can see there, the play started. And we'll figure it out, Trey. We'll get it going here. Just a little bit of learning curve on how long some of these commercials are. Third down as it is. It'll be third down and 4. Ball placed on the 47 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's all handoffs. It's a steady dose of Eichhoff straight up the middle. Maybe a gain of 1. That will bring up fourth down. And it looks like the punt team's going to come on.
Great play so far by the Bancroft Rosalie Lions Decatur defensive line, just getting through. The linebackers have been playing about 4 yards deep, and the defensive line is just shedding blocks and getting in the backfield.
So after that first series where Cedar Catholic was able to move the ball until the fumble took place, there's some adjustments now taking on, and Bancroft Rosalie has made a couple good stops. Fourth down, Matthew Schaefer set to punt the ball for Cedar Catholic. And a spiraling kick. That one's going to be stopped. The wind's going to bring that one down short. And bounce back, and it will net about a 13-yard gain. And that's where Bancroft will take over.
Call Northeast Grinding for custom hay and high moisture corn grinding. We have multiple grapple grinding units and an array of screen sizes with economical rates. Give Patrick a call for all your grinding needs at 402-640-6160.
First down and 10. Spread formation and option play to the far side. And it's going to be fumbled. A bad pitch. The ball still on the ground. Cedar Catholic's all over that one, and they're going to take over. Excellent play there by the Cedar defensive front. Josh Pinkelman jumping. I believe he's the one that got on it. And the Trojans take over in excellent field position on the 35, first down and 10. A pitch that probably should not have been made there by the quarterback. Threw it out to the far side, and the running back was not able to jump on it. And Cedar will take over now with good field position in the waning 2 minutes here of the first quarter.
A fumble on each side will now make Cedar Catholic the first team to cross the 50, and now they're going to hunt at the 35-yard line.
Handoff is the first man through. That is Arns, and he's going to get a couple. And we'll call it second down and 8 coming up. Officially going to be marked second down and 9. Ball placed at the 34-yard line. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Two wideouts, one to the near. And another option play. Fumbled pitch. Excellent defensive play there by the defensive end from the Wolverines. Number 34 broke that play up. And that's Jackson Johnson, a sophomore. As Cedar Catholic's Dean Whitmire was able to jump on the ball and force third down and 12 coming up for the Trojans. Getting some updates here. Cedar Catholic, the girls golf team's on the road at Wayne, waiting for the official scores to come in. Looks like they had a fairly decent day down there in Wayne despite some rain and delay conditions this morning. And we'll get those scores here as soon as they're officially posted. Will be just a minute. Cedar Catholic looking to pass the ball, and he's got a receiver. Going to be broken up. Outstanding defense. Was short of the first down. The ball's going to be right at the 32 as he was looking for Becker. I believe that was the first pass attempt we've had as everything else has been run to this point.
Another different formation there for Cedar Catholic with the trips to the tight right side. Bancroft just doing a really nice job of adjusting to everything that Cedar's thrown at him today.
Offense sputtering just a little bit here for the Big Red, with the defense has been the star of the show. Another punt here from Matthew Schaefer, looking to pin Bancroft deep in their own end at the end of the first quarter here, and it will be a decent punt into the wind. Ball's going to be placed right around the 13-yard line. 36 seconds to go in the first quarter, and that is where Bancroft will take over.
Take your bank with you wherever you go with mobile banking from Security Bank. Mobile banking offers you the ultimate in on-demand service, allowing you access to your account information right from your mobile phone. Pay your bills, pay back a friend, and now even deposit a check, all with just a tap of a finger. Now that's my kind of bank. Check us out online at mysecbank.com. Security Bank, member FDIC.
First and 10. Ball's going to be taken over by Cedar Catholic. Outstanding play there. Number 22 for Cedar Catholic as Jacob Kaiser. And a turnover takes place when you just thought 31 seconds we're going to run this out and flip it over and have the wind at our back. The defense steps up, makes a big play again. And the Trojans get the ball right back after one play from scrimmage from Bancroft Rosalie. Cedar Catholic, Maryland I formation. One pass play today. Everything else has been run. Good blocking up front, but even better defense by the Wolverines. Handoff is to Eichhoff, the last man through. He's got a blocker in front, down to the 5. And Eichhoff's getting ahead of steam, running downhill now with 23 seconds to go. The clock continues to run, 18 seconds. I suspect we're just going to see this one. Let the clock run out. And we'll gladly give the Wolverines going against the wind in the second quarter. And we are going to let the clock run out. So Cedar Catholic in scoring position here, looking to go. At the end of the first quarter, score nothing.
Cedar Catholic Junior and Senior High School, a tradition of excellence. Each year, Cedar Catholic High School students are enrolled in over 70 college credit courses and earn more than 200 college credit hours. 100% of Cedar Catholic students traditionally enroll at a higher education institution after graduation. This public service announcement is courtesy of Hartelco.
See Northeast Ag Consulting for your agronomic needs. Soil sampling, Elbon forage rye, common rye, soil zone creation, variable rate planting, fertilizer prescriptions, crop insurance, and Pioneer seed. For more information, call 402-254-7483 or visit our website at northeastagconsulting.com. Local ag services for you.
Call Northeast Pipe and Panel, a local company for all your fencing needs. We make 4, 5, 6, and 7 bar by 20-foot continuous fence panels and 10-foot and 12-foot portable corral panels. The pipe and panels are all American-made right here in Hartington. Call Rob or Pam Howell at 402-254-9585 or 877-207-1048. Our shop is located at the Industrial Park west of Hartington.
Back here at Russ Hochstein Field in Hartington, Scott Ulrich alongside Trey Morton. Score 0-0 as we're getting set to kick off the second quarter play, but Cedar Catholic's knocking on the door. Second down and 3, ball placed at?
Be about the 10-yard line, it looks like.
Right at the 10. I thought it was a 5. Nope, it was going to be the 10-yard line. So second down and 5, still a chance to get a first down here. Handoff is to Eichhoff again. He's got a ton of carries. He's got his head down, turning over a defender, waiting for a signal, and they're going to mark him just short. I thought he got in as he put his head down. Good running there by Eichhoff. Flashes from last year that we saw. And it will bring up first down and goal for the Trojans.
Looked like they will get the knee down. He did try crawling over the defender to get the ball past the plane, but Cedar will have great position with 4 downs to put it in.
Eichhoff, 180-pound senior. He's gotten a load of carries so far. I would expect another running play here. First and goal for Cedar. Straightforward running, quarterback sneak by Whitmire, and there's the signal. Touchdown, Cedar Catholic, the first touchdown of the year. Safe call there by Coach Chad Cotto, going for 1 on the extra point. And last year to graduation, we lost the all-time extra point leader in kicking for Cedar Catholic in Bankston. He's gone to college playing golf, and now we're going to have somebody new coming in here. We'll find out who's going to do the kicking duties. Looks like it could be Paulson. He did a lot of our kickoff last year. The 255-pound senior, he's going to be kicking extra points here. So Bankston, he was one of my favorite players 3 years. That kid put everything he had into it, practicing at home. He's got his name in the record books, and we're going to talk about the record books here in a second. As this kick is up, and it's good. Cedar Catholic, 11:36 to go in the first half. Trojans on top, 7-0.
Our 24-hour fitness center, REPS, challenges you to commit to be fit. Stop by and check out the fitness equipment and our complete array of weight machines. REPS is now offering fitness classes, dance, and gymnastics. Call 402-254-2474 or 402-920-1026 or visit us at www.reps-fitness.com. Top Crop is your local NK soybean and Golden Harvest corn dealer, also carrying a full selection of cover crops and offering custom seeding of small grains and grasses. Feel free to give Glenn Taney a call at 402-841-5599 or email at glenn@topcropinc.com.
As Top Crop being just back here to Russ Oakstein Field. 7-0. Trojans put first points up on the board of the year. As outstanding running there by Eichhoff leads to Whitmire on the quarterback keeper from 1 yard. And the extra point tacked on by number 55 Paulson. And 7-0 is where we sit. Paulson will be doing the kicking duties here for Cedar Catholic. Wind at his back, and a touchback is going to be very possible here. One man back deep is going to be at about the 12-yard line. Rolling end-over-end kick. It's going to be close to jumping out of bounds, and it does. And there comes the flag in for an illegal procedure. That ball cannot sneak out of bounds like that. So decent field position coming up here for Bancroft Rosalie. Mentioned the record books here for Bankston tacking in, and I don't even know the exact number right now, but he had a lot of extra points over the years. He got his name in the books. And the Cedar Catholic girls golf team, they played down in Wayne today after a hail and lightning storm delayed it. Cassidy Ulrich, my daughter, she was lucky enough, shot really well. She ended up winning the contest, shooting 81 over Paige Peters from Thurston County, and in doing so broke a record that has stood for quite some time, shooting 39 on the back nine, and so she will knock out another record that's going to go out of the books for the girls golf. We'll talk more about that as we get into halftime, as 1st and 10 is going to be running straightforward option play there by the quarterback, and more defensive play making the stop there for Cedar Catholic. Rex Becker, I almost said Bo Becker. He's only graduated a couple years ago, an older brother, but Rex Becker getting bigger and stronger, making a stop there for Cedar. Four wide receivers. Got to think that the Bancroft Rosalie is trying to spread out the Trojan defensive front and give themselves some running room, and it just hasn't worked. Those four linemen up front, and we'll get their names called here in just a second. There's a first pass play, screen play to the near side, caught. Outstanding defense there. Number 2 and 3 for Cedar Catholic. Riley Arns and Jason Becker. Excellent defensive stop. We'll bring up third down. Trey, the speed is something that just cannot be accounted for there on the Cedar defensive side of the ball.
Oh, and it's a lot easier that they're not splitting out the linebackers, just taking the safeties and still stacking the box, putting your fastest guys on the outside. That means even if those wide receivers do catch a screen pass like that, there's nowhere to run.
Pretty much one-on-one coverage, and so if a play gets broken, it's going to go for big, but Coach Cotto and Coach Mike Johnson expecting their defense speed to overcome that. As quarterback option, straightforward running quarterback keeper, and a good defensive play there. Number 3 stepping up, making the play is Becker, but not before first down yardage, and that will move the chains.
Really good pinch by the left side of the line for the Wolverines, snuffing out the outside linebacker blitz there by the Trojans, freed him up for a first down.
First down and 10. Wolverines going against the grain. The wind's coming at their face about 15 miles an hour. 4-man front for the Trojans. Crowd thought there should have been a flag on that one. Changing offensive, being audible here on the offensive side of the ball, changing the play at the scrimmage. And handoff is the first man through, running back. And a good stop there. Number 50, Becker making the stop. We'll bring up third down. Rohan Becker, number 31, Austin Arns, and number 57, Jacob Haar. He's a senior 270-pounder. He's been playing a lot of playing time since he was a sophomore, and I believe he even got a little bit as a freshman, so a lot of experience there with a couple of guys on the defensive side of the ball for Cedar. Quick pitch, fake to the near side, and nothing doing there. Excellent defensive play. And who's climbing up again? Becker, Haar, and number 62, Rohan. I don't know how you can compete with those 3-4 tandem red up front.
There's just nothing to do for the Wolverines, offensive line, rather. Just absolutely great job of the defensive line of Cedar Catholic getting off the ball and getting hands on the offensive line before they can even get out of their stance.
We've seen some great defensive play here by the Trojans the last few years, but right now in this first half, this team, this defensive front is dialed in and playing some fantastic ball. 3rd down and 9, looking to pass, throwing it up for grabs to the near side. Excellent coverage there, and he's going to be broken up at the 30. In on the coverage for the Trojans, Riley Arns. He had the position, he had his head up. Great play there by Arns, knocking it down, and it will bring up 4th down.
Just not the best throw to the receiver. Threw it way inside and not nearly deep enough. Gave a shot at Riley Arns to make a play on the ball, but he was playing coverage the whole time.
Excellent defense. Cedar Catholic on top with one good offensive push there towards the end of the first quarter. Now 7-0. They're going to get the ball back here as a high kick into the wind. That one's actually going back now to the north as the wind pushed that one backwards. It will be a net 7-yard gain, and Cedar Catholic will take over near midfield.
Top Crop is your local NK soybean and Golden Harvest corn dealer. Also carrying a full selection of cover crops and offering custom seeding of small grains and grasses. Feel free to give Glenn Taney a call at 402-841-5599 or email at glenn@topcropinc.com.
1st down and 10, Cedar Catholic. Quick pitch to the far side, high pitch, and it's going to be handled by Kaiser. Across the 50, he's got running room. Excellent play there by Kaiser. Sidestepping defenders, got a blocker out front. It's going to be Paulson, 10-5, touchdown. Outstanding quick pitch there to the far side. Number 22, Jacob Kaiser on a 53-yard, almost busted play in the backfield. When you've got defenders getting mowed over by number 55, Quinn Paulson, 25 yards downfield. Yeah, and there's the, I hear the groans. I didn't see the flag there at the 30. Trey, I didn't see that one. That was a good play.
I didn't either, but another great job down in the back by Matthew Becker down there, pinning the cornerback all the way to the back to free up that whole right side of the field. But that flag will hurt him, bring it all the way back. Confidence completely drained.
That flag is 25 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage. And if that's, yes, that's a bad thing. We don't want the penalty. But that just shows our offensive people they're downfield trying to make blocks 25 yards down from the line of scrimmage. So 7 points are going to come off there. 6 points are coming off the board. Outstanding bobble and catch there in the backfield by Kaiser as it is 1st down and 10. Balls across now at the 43-yard line. Hand off to Eichhoff. He's got Paulson in front of him again. Across 1st down yardage, and he's going to be tripped up and brought down. Excellent 1st down yardage there. Ball's going to be placed right at the 25-yard line. A gain of 16 on the play, and it will bring up 1st down.
If you can hit that near side once, you might as well hit it again just like they did there with a nice 15-yard gain. Bring up another 1st down for the Trojans.
Quinn Paulson absolutely getting out in front of his running back there, the 250-pounder. And Eichhoff showing nice patience, putting his hand on his back, pushing him where he wanted him to go, led to a big run. 1st down and 10, Cedar Catholic. Tight formation, handoff is going to be to Kaiser. Hitting the backfield, and he's going to fall forward. Give him a gain of 2. It will bring up 2nd down and 8. 7:40 to go with Cedar Catholic moving the ball here.
Jackson Johnson on the tackle for the Wolverines. Short gain, 2nd down. 8.
2nd down and 8. Cedar Catholic taking their time. No big rush. Got the wind at their back on this one. One wide out to the far side is Jason Becker, the 160-pound senior. And Kaiser, the sophomore running back in the backfield. Handoff is to Kaiser. Tripped up, fumbled. And I believe he fell on his own fumble there.
like a miscommunication there in the backfield. Not sure if the quarterback went the wrong way or the running back went the wrong way, but it's a great job of finding out what was going on and getting back on the ball.
Watching the replay here, they definitely were not on the same page. You're right there, Trey, as one was going one direction and just tried to make something of it, and the ball coughed up. Cedar Catholic falls back on it, 3rd down and 8. 6:40 to go in the first half. I formation, one receiver to the near side. Quick pitch is to Eichhoff to the near side. He's got some more blockers. Trying to get the corner, and a good defensive stop. Excellent blocking as well. Going to fall forward. Short of that first down, it's going to bring up 4th down and 5. A lot of options on the table here. 15-mile-an-hour wind at the kicker's back for a field goal. The ball, we've been able to move the ball well, especially off the right side of that offensive line. We'll see what Coach Cotto decides to do. Coach Cotto feels it as well. 4th down and 5, and Cedar Catholic, they're going for it. Ball's going to be at the 20-yard line of the Wolverines. I formation. Quarterback rolling out to the far side. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be caught. It's across first down yardage. Excellent catch there. I thought he dropped it. Austin Arns. Just a little sidestep pattern there by Arns. So Cedar Catholic been running the ball very efficiently, and Coach Cotto throws in the curveball, and there it was, led to a first down. Just did not see that pass play coming.
Just a great job of holding on the ball as number 11, Will Gatzmeyer from Bancroft, was going all or nothing at that ball and then missed the tackle while he's trying to go back, setting up the first down for the Trojans.
If he just does the tackle, there's a turnover on downs. But as it is, Cedar Catholic marching down the field. Handoff is the first man through his Arns. Across the 10-yard line. He's got the corner 5. Lunging forward. Dives. And he's going to be stepped out. He made it across the goal line, but his foot looks like the side judge marked him out right about the 4. Everybody thought it was a touchdown, but as he is stepped out at the 4-yard line, he's going to be about 3 inches short of the first down yardage. So Cedar Catholic can still get a first down or just get 4 yards and put it into the end zone here. I like this Maryland I formation. 3 running backs, so they've all carried the ball. And a handoff is the second one through. It's just Kaiser. Tripped up, reaching, lunging forward. And he's going to be stopped short. He's got to be at the 1-foot line. So first down and goal. Ball's going to be, we'll call it at the 1-yard line. It's right. It maybe is the length of a football from the angle that I'm looking at here. Cedar Catholic has been marching down the field.
Probably going to set back up in that Maryland I. Like you said, every single man back there has touched the ball, so you don't know where this thing's going.
Those 3 running backs. A second person through is Kaiser, and there it is. Cedar Catholic marched on down the field with Kaiser, so I agree. Give the ball to him as Kaiser walks into the end zone. 5:02 to go in the first half. And there's our second score, 13-0. And Paulson will come on for the extra point. That penalty flag doesn't happen. Kaiser's got himself a 53-yard scamper down the field and got in the end zone. So I like the call. Give the kid the ball, let him put it in the end zone. He earned it the first time, with exception to that penalty flag. So Cedar Catholic getting the running game going with their wind at their back, and the defense has been taking care of business. Snap. The hold is going to be by Becker. Paulson. Good kick is up. That'd have been good from 25, 30 yards. So that one's good. 14-0 your score from Russ Hochstein Field. Cedar Catholic on top of Bancroft Rosalie.
Town & Country Insurance is proud to announce the opening of our new Hardington location on September 5th. Our location is 104 West Center Street, and our phone number is 402-254-9770. Stop in and see Frank, Carrie, Denise, or Ryan for any insurance need you may have.
Anderson & Anderson Insurance is eager to serve Hardington and the Northeast Nebraska area. With offices in Hardington, Laurel, and Allen, they are an independent, trusted choice insurance agency. If you're in the market for auto, home, business, farm, or crop insurance, give us a call at 1-888-POLICY-9. Anderson & Anderson Insurance, where your protection is their policy.
When you need to borrow money, you need to see a friend. A friend at the Bank of Hardington. Our loan officers are local people. They listen to your needs and then tailor a loan to fit those needs with competitive rates and flexible terms. We've been your hometown bank since 1934. Where other banks have their branches, we have our roots. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bank of Hartington brings us back here to Russ Hochstein Field. 14-0 our score. Scott Ulrich alongside Trey Morton with the call. Paulson getting his foot into this one, and it's going to land in the end zone. Touchback. And the wind definitely playing a role into that one. Outstanding running by Cedar Catholic's offense, and even more so the defensive side of the ball, the front four taking care of business on the defensive side. These sponsors you keep hearing that we're playing here, we want to thank all of them. All the sponsors that contribute to the broadcast here through Hartelco, that's what makes this possible. So if you go into these businesses you're hearing, tell them you heard it on Hartelco. Tell them thank you for sponsoring today's broadcast of today's Cedar Catholic Trojans football game. First down and 10, ball placed at the 20-yard line. Spread formation, 2 to each side for Bancroft. Handoff is to the lone running back. Trey, that's just not going to work.
It just seems like a wasted formation. Splitting 4 of your guys outside and having to go against the front 7 of Cedar Catholic is just not going to work, and hasn't worked thus far.
Cedar Catholic does not need to make any changes right now, but Bancroft better figure something out because their offensive line cannot compete with the 4 guys of Cedar Catholic up front. That's where they call it the trenches or the line. That's where the game is going to be held right now. If they don't change, this game is just going to get out of hand. Same formation, handoff, same play. This time the quarterback's going to keep it, and the same play again. Rex Becker, number 71 is a new number I'm seeing in there. That's Peyton Haar. The Haar brothers taking over. Jacob and Peyton, the sophomore, getting in on that play. Number 71 in for the Trojans.
And there's absolutely no threat of a pass from the Wolverines because the only pass was just an errant throw, or both the passes. One was an errant throw for an interception. One was a play that Riley Arns could have had a play for the interception on.
Not a real strong passing game for the Wolverines, and plus going into a 15-mile-an-hour wind. Coach Mike Johnson has got to be salivating, just sending his big guys straight forward, and they're taking care of business. 3rd down and 9 for Cedar Catholic. 3:50 to go, and this pass, slant play. He got good coverage there. Number 34 for the Wolverines is able to get behind our defenders. That'd be Jackson Johnson. Would have been a nice play as it was through his hands, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there you see the only kink in the Cedar Catholic defensive armor is not having a safety back there to cover. Anything that breaks past that initial line of defense from the defensive backs is going to go for 6, but the Wolverines just can't quite get it there yet.
You're right. It could absolutely go an 80-yard play because nobody's back there in safety. As it is, 4th down and 9, and quarterback looking, he better punt it. He was able to get it away, and it's going to go out of bounds. Good field position going to line up here for Cedar Catholic. It's definitely going to be on the Wolverines side of the ball. 3:40 to go in the first half, and Trojans will take over. It looks like right at the 40-yard line.
The Dirt Man, Bob Hymas of Hartington, offers excavating, trenching, dozer, and skid loader work. As a licensed electrician, he can also help with all of your demolition and site prep when cleaning off any site. The Dirt Man of Hartington has rig, will dig. Good luck to all teams.
The Dirt Man brings us back here to Hartington, where a quick pitch to the far side to Eichhoff. Blockers out in front is Becker. Cross the line of scrimmage and lunges forward. Gain of 6 on the play. Good running. I'll just give credit there to the running back. He kind of did that one all by himself, and that was Eichhoff. So good play there on 1st down. 2nd down and 5 for Cedar coming up.
Does seem to be a new shift here by the Wolverines, taking their cornerbacks, putting them inside as kind of like a cat linebacker, sitting them right at the line, but that time they just guessed the side wrong.
The right side has been good, and better than the left, but at that rate, we're going to switch over. Far side of the field is going to be a broken play there.
Looked like the receiver may have come in motion a little too early.
Yeah, illegal motion there. Cedar Catholic's had a lot of luck going to the far side. It'll be the right side of the formation, and as you can see, that's where the ball seems to be tending, staying on the far side of the field. And see if we can get some misdirection, maybe come back to the left side. But good blocking. I think it's just the blockers doing their job up front, and Cedar Catholic just keeps going to the well. Penalty flag on that one, pushes them back 5 yards. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Ball placed at the 42. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Solid looking first half for Cedar Catholic with 2 scores on the board. I formation. And the second man is Eichhoff coming to the near side. Good blocking there by Paulson. set the edge, but good backside pursuit there by the Wolverines. It will be a stop. Gain got about his 5 yards back, and it'll bring up third down. Nice tough run by Eichhoff there, lowering the shoulder on the first guy. Matt rolled right over the top of him, but a good stop will bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, Cedar Catholic. On the Wolverines side of the 50, got their wind at their back. Paulson's got a good leg, and we've been running good, so I see us there's going to be no punt taking place here, even if we would need it. And there's another flag going to come in. It's an illegal procedure. The far side there is getting just a little too quick off the ball. Watching a replay, it literally is just a fraction that right side is getting off just before the ball is snapped. So the 5 yards that Eichhoff got back, we just gave it back to him again. 3rd down and call it 11. And now that the refs have seen it once or twice, that's what they're going to be keying on, especially the back judge here watching for any flinches and the side judge watching. I think that's the consistency we're talking about. We didn't see that at first, and now we're seeing a little bit of inconsistency as looking to pass the far side. He's got a receiver across the 40. Excellent catch behind his back. Riley Arns. Excellent play there, making the catch. He comes up hobbling a little bit. The senior wide receiver. And that 5 yards, we got it back for the second time now. Bring up 4th down and 5. And it looks like Cedar Catholic is going to go for it. A great setup call there by Coach Cotto, taking his second receiver, putting him more at a wingback formation, knowing that the linebacker wasn't there to cover. Hit him out in the flats for a really nice gain. Dane Whitmire, again, the transfer from Arizona, looking solid under center, replacing Tanner Kaiser from years past. And hard cadence call there, and I think they might have got him. I think he jumped on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see what the official call is. And it is. That's on Dane Whitmire. Outstanding quarterbacking on that hard call. Got the defensive side to jump, and that's going to move the chains for Cedar Catholic. So very, very different sequence there just to get those chains to move. Dane Whitmire making a good move there on the quarterback side of the ball. First down and 10 here at the 30 for the Cedar Catholic Trojans. Just over a minute to go here in the first half. I formation for Cedar Catholic. Handoff is second man through, which is Eichhoff. He's got to have a dozen carries here in the first half and probably working on 100 yards of rushing. And now Cedar Catholic coach Chad Cotto wants to talk things over. A minute to go. Cedar Catholic kind of marching down the field. They're going to take a timeout, and we'll do the same.
Cedar Security Bank is your hometown friendly bank with locations in Fordyce, Wynot, and Hardington. We strive to meet all of your financial needs. After all, security is our middle name. For all of your insurance needs, contact Bonnie at Cedar Security Insurance for a free quote. Good luck to all area teams.
Stop in at Faye's Furniture and Floor Covering for the best deals at any time of the year for all your furniture needs, plus decorating, carpet, tile, and wood laminates. Stop by today for your free estimate at Faye's Furniture and Floor Covering on North Broadway in downtown Hardington, or call 402-254-6347.
The Hardington Economic Development Corporation has both undeveloped lots and developed lots for sale in the Hardington Industrial Park, with infrastructure including water, sewer, electrical, and 100 meg per second broadband internet available. Call 402-254-6357 for more information. This message courtesy of Hartelco.
Second down and 7, Cedar Catholic in the I formation. Quarterback sneak to the near side, and he's got them all fooled. It's a little bit of hobbling there. Quarterback did not have the speed and was going to be caught short of that first down. The first thing that jumps out of me there, Trey, is Whitmire looked like he was gimping a little bit.
Yeah, not the best call to send your quarterback out in a naked bootleg, especially with the cornerback on this side of the field waiting right there for him. Was fooled, but did get back in time.
Whitmire looking to pass now in third down. He's got Josh Pinkelman at the goal line, and he's going to be overthrown. I thought that it was a decent call there as he had him fooled, had a lot of green grass. I don't know if Whitmire, it's the first I've seen him on the field. I don't know if it's a speed, if he's just not a real speedy kid as we see some of these other kids are, or if he's He's limping a little bit, but nonetheless, it will bring up, that brought third down where he overthrew him in the end zone there for Pinkelman, and now it's going to be fourth down. So we're getting used to seeing some of these new faces, as it is Whitmire playing solid ball, no mistakes for Cedar Catholic here in the first half. It was a little fumble exchange between him and a running back earlier on, but looking to pass in a whole heap of trouble. Screen, it's going to be Eichhoff, caught, across the 10, 5, pushed it forward, and touchdown. No flags.
Great job there throwing off the back foot, getting that screen pass down, and a great setup by the offensive line.
Whitmire was in a heap of trouble, but it was a setup screen, played perfectly, and Eichhoff's into the end zone. 24 seconds to go in the first half. And Eichhoff, very efficient, running and catching the ball for Cedar Catholic. Number 55, Quinn Paulson, third time he's been in this position looking for an extra point. And he's been 2 for 2 so far in today's contest. Snap the hold. He's got a good leg on him. That one's good. He will be good from 25 or 30 yards all day long. Quinn Paulson, and that's good. 21-0 your score. 24 seconds to go in the first half. Cedar Catholic on top.
Contact Dave at Fellmeyer Electric. Just call 402-254-2434 for all of your plumbing and electrical needs from Fellmeyer Electric. Grosenberg Implement is servicing your growing needs with locations in Hartington, Bloomfield, and Wayne, Nebraska, and Winter, Phillip, and Pierce, South Dakota. Falkers Brothers Garage of Hartington, located in Hartington's Industrial Park, has been specializing in automotive and heavy truck repair since 1994. Give your vehicles and equipment the care they deserve at Falkers Brothers Garage.
Falker Brothers Garage brings us back here to Hartington. Russ Hochstein Field, where the Trojans are on top 21-0 over the Wolverines. Outstanding play there by Whitmire, as the screenplay was executed perfectly by the Trojan offense, led for 25 yards to Eichhoff. The senior running back was able to get in the end zone, and that's our score, 21-0. Paulson back on the field, set to kick off for Cedar Catholic. Back deep for the Wolverines is number 20. That's Darwin Schneider, the sophomore. And we'll see if Paulson can get another touchback with a 15-mile-an-hour wind at his back. Kick is up. This is a good one. Excellent kick there. Paulson taking care of business. And the Wolverines will start first down and 10 with 24 seconds to go. First half about wrapping up here in Hartington. We're going to talk a little bit of community events, some stuff going on. Cedar Girls Golf we touched on earlier. Want to bring that up as they're now on their way back from Wayne with a little bit of some news and hardware, as well as booster clubs. A lot of stuff going on in the booster club world as we're just getting underway with football, golf, volleyball. Trojan Joe, I know he's listening, and he's excited to get the fans fired up. It's just that time of year and the fall's kicking off. So it's a good time of year, a lot of stuff going on. Handoff is the first man through for Bancroft. Good stop up front, and he's going to be kicked outside. Har is the initial stop, and running back was going to be Schneider, is able to step outside and gain about 4 yards. Second down and 6 coming up for the Wolverines.
No timeout here on the side of the Wolverines, but they are trying to signal in a play quick.
1 second left, and a flag comes in. Looks like maybe a procedure as they're trying to get that off so quick. And the official call is going to be procedure. See how they officially do this. The clock is at 0.
I think there was a second or two on it yet.
They do an official runoff?
That's what I was thinking, yes.
Yeah, I think there's an official runoff here, so that should be it.
We will wait on the call from the officials as they group up to talk about the play.
The back judge, he's the timing official. He'll come in and give them the rules. We'll see if they actually mark this off and then do a snap. This is against the offense. And it looks like the referee is calling for 1 second on the clock. So we're going to have one play here, and then we will be sneaking off to halftime. Again, I want to thank our sponsors. We're going to play some sponsor events coming up here. again, going to these sponsors, let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring today's broadcast. If you're listening, I've gotten some messages. Thank you for listening and for watching in Hartington, and as well as there's a couple around the country. So thank you very much. It's 4 o'clock, and we're now at halftime. Your score at halftime, 21-0. Scott Ulrich alongside Trey Morton. Again, halftime coming up here, and we're definitely going to be talking about the defensive front for Cedar Catholic and the offensive running for the Trojans. And we'll be back in 2 minutes on Hard Telco.
Give the guys at Hartington Feed and Chick a call for a competitive grain bin or to contract your corn for later delivery or for all your livestock feeding needs. Hartington Feed and Chick has been the leader in animal nutrition since 1955. Just call 402-254-7449.
The Hartington Shopper, covering Northeast Nebraska for over 55 years, from Yankton to Laurel and from Osmond to Newcastle. The Hartington Shopper has you covered every week to every household. Good luck to all the area teams.
Scott Ulrich back here live at Russ Oakstein Field in Hardington. 21-0 our score, and we are Hartelco at the half. Joining us here in the booth is going to be Brooke Albers, the president of the Cedar Catholic Booster Club, for today's halftime interview. A lot of stuff going on around town. We've had everything from the kickoff to now we got the Grill Masters going on. Tell us what the Booster Club, what do they do? What's the big thing that the Booster Club's in charge of?
The Booster Club, they exist to raise money to help all the sports, athletic activities, choir, band. We help them to raise money for everything that they need, whether it's uniforms or new instruments or the golf team if they need new bags. We're just here to raise money to support them.
Outstanding. And I mentioned to Brooke here briefly, how does this work? Because I didn't understand the process, and I know the girls golf team, they absolutely got the new bags we're talking about, rain gear, as well as the other functions. There's other things that went on, and that's just one that I'm familiar with because Cassidy's a part of golf. And outstanding work there by the Booster Club across the board in that realm. The kickoff party, that's what really got things going this year. That was a week and a half or so ago. A lot of people attended. A great speaker, from what I hear. Can you tell me a little bit about the speaker? Did you guys bring him in, or who?
Yes. Yep. We always get a choice to pick a few different speakers, and we chose a gentleman by the name of Neil Halford, and he was in an accident when he was 2 years old and became blind. And so, from the age of 2, he was blind, and he overcame a lot of obstacles to jump through, and he became a speaker, and he was a great speaker, and he put across a great message about how he achieved all these great things and didn't let his blindness slow him down at all. So he was a great speaker.
Outstanding. I know when Cassidy came home, she goes, "Dad," I didn't make it, obviously. She goes, "Dad, you should have came up. The speaker was fantastic." So outstanding, overcoming those hurdles. I think it's a great message for the kids, as well as the parents can take a lot away from that as well. Booster Club involved with, as we mentioned, some of these programs with equipment, bringing in motivational speakers. But around here, it's football season, and it's about the grilling and what's going on behind the scenes. So what can you tell me about the grill?
For sure. We grill at every home game. We grill hamburgers, hot dogs, brats, and pork loins, and all that money goes to support Booster Club and everything that we can give back to the school. So, yeah, everybody come out and eat and have a good time and support the Trojans.
Outstanding. A lot of stuff, as we mentioned, going on already, and these monies that are spent in these different things are returned back to the programs, as there's a lot of things that were taking place coming up. What are some of the events that we have here in the near future? What are we working on after today that the Booster Club's involved in?
Sure, yep. January 20th, we have our annual chicken feed, and it's going to be on a Saturday this year, and I believe it's a doubleheader with West Point Central Catholic. And then our huge fundraiser is our youth basketball tournament, and that is the weekend of February 24th, and that is our biggest fundraiser. It brings in a lot of more money, and we get a lot of support for that. We also do halftime free throw shooting at all the home basketball games.
Outstanding. So a lot of interaction, a lot of stuff going on. Russ and Brooke Albers, they are the president. There's a lot of other people that are involved in this to make this go off without a hitch. I know I come up here an hour ahead of game time, and there's 10 people out there working, getting the grilling going, getting things like that. So it portrays a great group of people, as well as the school in a great light when these other schools come to town and see what the Booster Club is doing. Thank you very much for coming to the booth today.
Thank you.
Russ and Brooke Albers, the president of the Cedar Catholic Booster Club, and that's Hartelco at the half. 5 minutes to go here at halftime in Hardington, where Cedar Catholic's on top 21-0. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the second half kickoff. Cedar Catholic will be kicking off. Cedar Catholic will be kicking off here in the second half as we're just getting set to go from Hardington. 21-0 your score. A first half that was led by outstanding defensive front play by the Trojans and good running. Eichhoff, Kaiser. Good play there by Whitmire, as well as Austin Arns, a surprise senior, is playing some outstanding football for Cedar Catholic. I'd like to thank Brooke Albers for coming in during the half, bringing us up to speed on what's going on in the world of the Booster Club. If you'd like to help out, feel free to contact Russ and Brooke Albers, and they will gladly find a place for you. Short kick here. Paulson is going to be fielded at the 12. Downfield pursuit, good running there. Flag is going to come in late. Going to be brought down to 25, but a flag comes in from the referee. And it will be a block in the back. So that's going to back him up 10 more yards. Good field position as Cedar Catholic is going to block him back deep in their own end here as we get the second half underway.
If the Wolverines want to have any chance in this game, they're going to have to switch up their play calling, putting these 4 guys out wide and running it right up the middle into the 7 defenders up in the box for Cedar Catholic. It's just not going to work out. Head
coach Dan Maresh is going to have to make some changes. I agree there, Trey. Same play calling, spread formation, and it could just be a personnel issue. Again, we brought up early, they only have about 6 or 7 guys on the sideline. They just might not have the talent to compete and run these different formations. Same formations we saw the first half, 4 wide receivers. And we will see. I just don't expect any changes here. It's going to be the same kind of, a little bit of a broken play in the backfield. 31, Austin Arns, he had him. And then number 62, Ian Rohan, and finished up there by a couple others. Josh Pinkelman stepping in, and it will bring up second down. Second down and 6, 11:30 to go, just underway here in the second half of play. And handoff straight forward. Looks like it could have been a fumble there, and it was. Rex Becker. There he is, the sophomore defensive lineman making a big play. He had good position, saw that loose ball, and Cedar Catholic going to take over. First down and 10 at the Wolverine 14-yard line. Miscue on the offensive side of the ball for the Wolverines leads to an outstanding chance here. Cedar Catholic got the wind at their back this quarter, looking to keep putting points on the board. Whitmire under center, I formation. Becker, the wide receiver to the far side. Handoff is to Eichhoff. Steps over a defender, and it's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. Good downfield running. We'll call it 8 yards gained on the play. Second down and 2 for Cedar. We said the Wolverines had to make some adjustments and some changes to be able to stay competitive in this contest, and a miscue in the first minute of the second half was not what Coach Maresh was looking for out of his Wolverine offense. Arns and Eichhoff in the backfield for Cedar Catholic. Handoff is the second man through, which is Eichhoff. He's going to be tripped up. Stopped just short of the goal line. We'll place him right at the 2-yard line, and it will bring up first down and goal for Cedar.
The Wolverines did make an adjustment here on defense, sending their outside backers around the outside, but it's Cedar Catholic's just punishing them right up the middle, hitting the gaps.
When they're 250 to 300 pounds up the middle, quite frankly, they can send all the guys to the outside they want. We're going straight forward, and that's north-south downhill running that the Trojans have been known for the past few years, and we're seeing that here this afternoon. Knocking on the door, first and goal, 10:20 to go in the third quarter of play. Sticking with the I formation, handoff is to Eichhoff. He got us here, and there it is, a signal. Touchdown, Cedar Catholic, the 4th touchdown early on in this second half of play, and the Trojans add 6 more to the board. Six more points on the board on a 2-yard gain by Jackson Eichhoff. We saw excellent flashes of him last year, and he is as advertised so far in this first contest against Bancroft. I don't have official stats on him, but he is going to go over 100 yards tonight, no question. Paulson on for his 4th kick. A little bit of a busted snap, and that was That was a little bit of a snap, a hold issue there, as that one's going to be blocked and stopped. So 27-0 your score, as Cedar Catholic now on the board for the 4th time.
Give the guys at Hartington Feed and Chick a call for a competitive grain bin or to contract your corn for later delivery or for all your livestock feeding needs. Hartington Feed and Chick has been the leader in animal nutrition since 1955. Just call 402-254-7449.
The Hartington Shopper, covering Northeast Nebraska for over 55 years, from Yankton to Laurel and from Osmond to Newcastle. The Hartington Shopper has you covered every week to every household. Good luck to all the area teams.
$27-0 your score. Scott Ulrich alongside Trey Morton for tonight's call. Cedar Catholic coming up in our second game of the night. Hartington Newcastle is going to play here as the community of Hartington hosting a doubleheader to kick off the season, something we've seen the past few years. Both schools get to play, and this year Cedar Catholic draws the early game, and the Wildcats will be playing the second game. Paulson winded his back, and this is a good one. He got a hold of this one. It's going to be fielded right near the goal line, actually through the receiver's hands, and it will be a touchback. Getting announced at halftime, it was made official that Cassidy Ulrich of the Cedar Catholic girls golf team, she won today's Wayne Invitational, an invitational that was attended by several schools that are much bigger than Cedar, including Class A South Sioux City. And Cassidy was able, she pulled off a 7-stroke victory, beating Paige Peters of Thurston County, and in doing so, broke a several-year-old record that was a 9-hole record, broke that, and she now has the record book for 39 on that 9-hole on the back 9. And so definitely excited as a dad on that one. So that one's going to go in the books. The girls golf team will get back here. We'll see them in the second half. If we can get Coach Sheila Juden in here, we'll do a quick interview with her. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hand off to the first man through. And there it is. Outstanding play. Number 77 for Cedar Catholic making the stop. Marcus Arns, the senior, as well as Jacob Kaiser making the stop for Cedar Catholic. Second down and 11.
With the big guys up front just plugging everything, all the linebackers have to do is be patient and wait for the running back to show where he is, and they're just shooting right through the gaps. Nothing to do it for the Wolverines.
Coach Mike Johnson, MJ as a lot of guys call him, he's got to love what he's seeing here. The workouts that these kids did in the summer, the size they've gained, they're taking over on the defensive side of the ball. Shotgun play here. Quarterback running around in the backfield. He's in trouble. Throws it up for grabs. Looked like that was tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. It would have been first down yardage. I think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and incomplete.
Flush right outside the pocket. A nice blitz call up there by Mike Johnson, setting the Cedar Catholic defensive line right at the quarterback. Had to flush out, and it was tipped at the line.
Going into the wind, trying to throw, ball tipped up. It's just a recipe for trouble as the Wolverines down 27-0 in this contest. Cedar Catholic, both sides of the ball, very impressive. Low snap, option play to the near, to the far side, and the quarterback's going to keep this one. He got through the initial line, first down yardage. That's the best play we've seen tonight by the Wolverines. Number 11, Will Gatzmeyer, the sophomore, got into the secondary, and that's going to be a gain of about 17, and we'll bring up first down. Ball's going to be placed right at the 35-yard line.
And a great reaction by the safeties there to jump back inside to save the touchdown, as they do finally find that kink in the armor.
A bit of an option here. The quarterback looking at the sideline wants to get up. It's going to be an audible play call here, and a new running back, number 45. That's Bradley Marr. He's going to get the call. Very small kid. And he's going to be brought down. Har, as well as number 30 for Cedar Catholic. That's Kean Jokimson making the stop. Younger brother of Easton Jokimson. And Marr, very small running back in size. They got him listed at 120 pounds. Trey, I think that's with all the equipment on. He's pretty small. So we're going to see a different formation here, see if we get that smaller size, if we can get some running room, is what the coaching staff, I'm sure, is looking at. Pass play over the middle, and it's going to be picked off. Jacob Kaiser intercepted at the 50-yard line. Going to be brought down. Outstanding play. Actually, it was going to be at the 45 where the pick took place. He just had good position, good coverage, and the sure-handed sophomore made the play for the defense.
4 passing plays so far for the Wolverines and 2 interceptions for Kaiser thus far. Just a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes, making the play, and just picking off an easy pass.
Outstanding play there by the Big Red defense. Coming up, first down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Wind at their back with 8.5 to go in the third quarter of play. Wide receiver to the near side is Jason Becker. That's one thing we really haven't needed is the wideout. It's been one really good play to get a first down earlier in the contest, but it's been all running. And again, it's Eichhoff. Plenty of running room. Shoulders down, churning his feet. That's textbook running there. Eichhoff a little slow to get up. He's a little slow to get up on this play, Trey. He's all right. He's a strong, tough kid. And he's going to come out and take a breather on this one. Checking in, double trouble. That's Jacob Kaiser coming in. He's just as solid in that running back position as Eichhoff. He's giving a thumbs up. Just needs a breather.
Yep, comes off under his own power. Just might be a little bit of cramps here in the first game of the season.
Becker and Arns a wide out. I formation. Handoff is a second man through, which is Kaiser, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play there. We've had countless great blocking schemes for Cedar Catholic. That one there was just blown up by a good defensive play, and that will bring up third down. Third down and officially 7:30 to go in the third quarter play. Two running backs for Cedar Catholic, number 31, Austin Arns. Quick pitches to the second man, which is Kaiser. Patient running, outstanding play, spins off a man, and is going to lunge forward and brought down at the 5, but not before a 20-yard gain. Patience on that one, unbelievable. He just took his time, slow rolled it, let Arns made a good block out front of him. And a nice 20-yard gain there by the sophomore running back.
Great kick out block there by Arns. That's the one thing you don't want to see as a cornerback or outside linebacker is a big fullback coming at you at full speed.
We're 20 feet elevated over the field, and the view here is fantastic. He had plenty of room just letting that play develop in front of him. First down and goal, ball officially on the 6. Handoff is to Kaiser, who got us here, and he's going to dive in. There's the signal, touchdown. Jacob Kaiser, number 22, the 175-pound sophomore, knocks it into the end zone. And we got an official timeout for a player down in the field. Official timeout on the field. We'll take an official timeout here. Cedar Catholic on top, 33-0, with an extra point attempt coming up. 6:54 to go in the third quarter.
The Hardington Shopper, covering Northeast Nebraska for over 55 years, from Yankton to Laurel and from Osmond to Newcastle. The Hardington Shopper has you covered every week to every household. Good luck to all the area teams.
Hartelco is your certified gig-capable technology leader in Northeast Nebraska. Whether it's phone, TV, broadband internet service, computer sales and repair, or home and business networking, Hartelco has the experts to help you with your technology needs. Just stop by our office.
Cheer for your team and be there for all of the excitement. Championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
If you're thinking of buying or selling, Jane Seiler, Realtor with Don Peterson and Associates, welcomes you to come visit with her. Jane is here to help with the whole process to get you into that dream property. You'll find Jane at the Don Peterson and Associate office, downtown Hardington.
Jane Saylor brings us back here, 6:54 to go, as Cedar Catholic now going for two. And he is going to be good. It's a handoff straight forward there to Kaiser. A little misdirection. And a 2-point conversion. 35-0 your score with 6:54 to go. And again, we want to thank our sponsors for broadcasting and helping out for tonight's broadcast. And we will keep going here. Cruzy True Value, I want to thank them for their sponsorship.
For the right products and expert advice to get your projects done right, come to Cruzy True Value. In every department, you'll find terrific items that will help make each job go a little more smoothly. Cruzy True Value, start right, start here.
When it comes to all of your tax planning, tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll needs, Milbrow Saylor Bookkeeping and Tax Service is the place to go. They've been providing high-quality professional tax and bookkeeping services to the surrounding area for over 30 years. In addition to these services, Milbrow Saylor also offers an array of financial services. Stop in today at 106 West Main in Hardington to see what Milbrow Saylor has to offer.
Thank you, Milbrow Saylor, for helping out today's broadcast. 6:54 to go here in the third quarter. 35-0, and the Big Red is moving the ball and stopping the ball on the defensive side. Getting to the point here, Trey, where we'll start seeing some younger classmen here in another few minutes. I think start bringing some other players in and get some of that experience, playing time we kind of alluded to early on. I can see some younger players warming up on the sideline as this one here is kind of in hand. And no need to risk any injury to some of these other players as the season's just getting started. 35-0 as Paulson set to kick off here, I believe, for the 5th time. And that one is going to land 6 yards deep in the end zone, touchback. That's his 3rd one of the contest. And the Wolverines will take over first time.
Call Northeast Grinding for custom hay and high moisture corn grinding. We have multiple grapple grinding units and an array of screen sizes with economical rates. Give Patrick a call for all your grinding needs at 402-640-6160.
Give the guys at Hardington.
Quarterback keeper straight forward.
Give the guys at Hardington Feed and...
Yeah, there's some of that technical stuff I got to get used to. Sorry about that. We'll get used to these automated commercials running here as Bill McGregor, he's our sound technician. He's smiling. He knows that was all my fault both times. Sorry about that. 6:27 to go here, and the clock is rolling. Defensive front still intact. Same players in, but I see a lot of players warming up and stretching on the sidelines. We're going to see some changing of the guard here coming up in a few minutes. 2nd down and 9. Wolverines still looking to get something going, and a flag comes in from the far side of the field. And it's going to be a procedure motion there against the Wolverines. Trey, when it's going bad, it just goes wrong. One thing after another, and then you get some flags coming in. Now these kids are questioning their confidence, and everything's rattled.
Just a nice snowball effect, just coming down on the Wolverines in the first game of the season. Just the only thing they can do now is just keep playing, keep being confident, and just push forward and wait till next week.
Need the field to change, get the wind at their back. They just need a little bit of get something going here. Quarterback roll out to the far side to Gassmeyer, and he's looking deep downfield, and the wind just held that ball completely up. The ball doesn't have a chance going against this wind right now. It's pretty stiff. Good coverage there by number 20 for Cedar Catholic in on the coverage. That's Isaac Creamer. First time we've called him tonight. Excellent play last year for the Trojans, and that's his great defensive coverage tonight by Isaac.
Just an absolutely difficult throw, thrown off his back foot and across his body into the wind.
Yeah, definitely not something that the coaching staff wants him to do over there, but our defensive front just scrambling, making him trying to do something. We haven't seen that adjustment by Bancroft. We were expecting nothing change in the formation, so Cedar Catholic isn't making any adjustments either, as it's not needed. And now the plays are being called in from the sideline. Official timeout on the field and a miscommunication. Official timeout Bancroft. 4:46 to go in the third quarter. 35-0. Trojans on top.
Take your bank with you wherever you go with mobile banking from Security Bank. Mobile banking offers you the ultimate in on-demand service, allowing you access to your account information right from your mobile phone. Pay your bills, pay back a friend, and now even deposit a check, all with just a tap of a finger. Now that's my kind of bank. Check us out online at mysecbank.com. Security Bank, member FDIC.
Cedar Catholic Junior and Senior High School, a tradition of excellence. Each year, Cedar Catholic High School students are enrolled in over 70 college credit courses and earn more than 200 college credit hours. 100% of Cedar Catholic students traditionally enroll at a higher education institution after graduation. This public service announcement is courtesy of Hartelco.
Back here, Cedar Catholic defensive front making a stand again. Outstanding play there, number 77 for the Trojans. He was the first man there, Marcus Arns. and that will bring up another lost play for the Wolverines, as Cedar Catholic's defense has just been front page news in this contest that's taking place early today at 3 o'clock kickoff. And now 4th down and 14, and Cedar Catholic is going to get the ball back in outstanding field position on an extremely short field, 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing in the face of the kicker. And this one here is going to be a net of about 5 yards. Completely wind related, not the kicker's fault. I'm feeling a little bit of empathy and sympathy for these kids. They're fighting everything out there, and then the wind's got to do that to them. So 4 yards on the kick. Cedar Catholic will take over 1st down and 10 on the Wolverines' 21-yard line. Trey, what do you tell them as a coach?
There's not much you can do. Guys are playing on both sides of the ball, playing the whole game, and they're just giving it all they can. Look a little bit outmatched today and just not catching any breaks. You just got to tell them to keep your head up, keep fighting.
45-point rule take effect here at the rate we're going, and that actually could probably be a favor or a helping factor for Bancroft. It's just not an even match contest. Cedar Catholic hand the ball off to Kaiser. He's got some running room, dives forward, going to fall after a gain of 6, so we'll bring up 2nd down. Bancroft, Rosalie, they paired up 25, 30 years ago, and then they brought in 2 years ago Lions Decatur. That was a co-op, and this is the 2nd year of that contract. Talked to a couple parents. They weren't sure if it was contract was going to be renewed. So it's a little bit of a Thurston County, Cumming County, down that area, southeast of Hardington, about 50 miles. So it's a big co-op, something new going on down there. Handoff is to the first man through. Cedar Catholic, 1st down yardage for number 31. That's Austin Arns, and that'll move the chains. So these smaller schools, we see numbers declining, seeing a little bit of issue. I know Hardington paired up with Newcastle, and that's not an uncommon thing. We've heard of those co-ops for years now, and this is an example of one of those where even with 4 and 5 schools combining, they still don't have the kid numbers, and you see it on the sideline over there for Bancroft. You feel for them because there's only, I think there's 7 kids on the sideline, where Cedar's got we can field another team on our side, so it's a numbers game.
And it's also a tough adjustment for these schools to switch from 8-man football to 11-man football. Growing up, playing Little League, playing junior high, and then first couple years of high school, it's a big change having 3 extra guys out there on the field, and hats off to these kids for working hard and getting to it.
You nailed it there, Trey. Going from 8-man to 11-man is extremely difficult. You jump up in size. You don't have the numbers game that those bigger 11-man schools do. Where you see the advantage or where the benefit takes place, and we'll keep it right here live, 2:16 to go while we have official timeout on the field, is the schools that go from 11-man down to 8-man. That's where you see that it benefits those schools. It sometimes can be a lighter schedule, but more so, they've got the numbers of kids. Now they're sitting at the top of the 8-man grid, and that helps them out when they transition down.
Right, especially in the way if you have more kids to pick from different positions. You don't have to throw a kid at a position that they're not used to just to field your team, which is kind of a problem in a lot of 8-man schools, but hats off to these Bancroft, Rosalie, Lions Decatur kids for stepping up, stepping into 11-man and giving it their all against a perennial C2 powerhouse in Cedar Catholic High School.
You know, there was a big article written up in the past week's paper and talked about how the NSAA was changing, how the districts and how things are aligning. And I don't want to quote what that was because it was very confusing to me, but it basically talked about how many boys were in the school is where things were going to fall. So it isn't necessarily on a total numbers game anymore. It's really going to come down to how many boys do you got, or how. So it's going to break down a little bit different going forward. Some of these schools could fall into a different class. So we'll see how that all shakes out. As it is back here, Cedar Catholic now moving the ball. Handoff is to Eichhoff, the 2nd man through. And the first thing that jumps out of me into the game here, I want to give him a call. Number 16 is Matthew Schaefer, 170-pound senior. Matthew, tall kid, lanky, basketball-looking type kid, but he's a golfer. This kid is absolutely a coach's dream. He's out on the golf course. I seen him out there the other morning at 6:30 in the morning before school golfing. His life is about golf, kind of like my daughter's. That's their main sport. So he's a football player, but he's got golf in his heart. So we wish him well here as he's down under center now, I formation. Handoff again to Arns straight forward. He's still churning. That's just good running. I thought the play was over with. Arns said, I'm taking this thing to the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar Catholic. I thought the play was over.
I did too. It looked like he was stopped there just a little bit past the line, but kept his feet turning and got into the end zone for 6. Still 4 points short of that 45-point rule, so we will still have a stop clock.
Real quickly, talking about Matthew Schaefer, he set the all-time he tied the all-time Hardington record at the golf course this year. As a senior, that was set by Jason Merkel back 25 years ago. So Schaefer, as we mentioned, outstanding golfer, and on that one, he's a good signal caller as well, backing up Cedar Catholic. Extra point kick is up, and he's good. Paulson, excellent kicking here this afternoon. Cedar Catholic on top, 42-0, and this game well in hand with 1:30 to go.
See Northeast Ag Consulting for your agronomic needs. Soil sampling, Elbon forage rye, common rye, soil zone creation, variable rate planting, fertilizer prescriptions, crop insurance, and Pioneer seed. For more information, call 402-254-7483 or visit our website at northeastagconsulting.com. Local ag services for you.
Call Northeast Pipe and Panel, a local company for all your fencing needs. We make 4, 5, 6, and 7 bar by 20 foot continuous fence panels and 10 foot and 12 foot portable corral panels. The pipe and panels are all American made right here in Hardington. Call Rob or Pam Howell at 402-254-9585 or 877-207-1048. Our shop is located at the Industrial Park west of Hardington.
Rob and Pam Howell from Northeast Pipe and Panel, American-made pipes and panels made here in Hardington, sponsoring today's game. Thank you to Rob and Pam. 1:33 to go in the third quarter. Knocking on the door of the 45-point rule as Cedar Catholic just a notch ahead of Bancroft, Rosalie, Lions Decatur, the Wolverines as we're calling them, as Paulson put another touchback. And he's padding his stats here today, Trey, on this kickoff. So everything's going to look great on paper when you got the wind at your back like that.
It seems like the only kick he has been short on was still inside of the 15-yard line. Just an absolutely fantastic performance by Paulson kicking off so far. And pretty good job in the extra point category as well.
Extra points, defensive front, running game, downhill blocking. Really, the only thing I could say hasn't been fantastic is the passing game because we haven't had to do it. We just no need to. So it's going to be a continued dosage of some running backs as we go here and working through close to that 45-point rule. Low snap, quarterback keeper straight forward. Outstanding play there. Rex Becker and Rohan making the stop for the Trojans. Also there is Becker, the wideout on the offensive side, making a good stop. Another loss, and we'll bring up second down and 11 for Cedar Catholic. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter play.
270 and 360. Said 630 pounds took him down.
Some bigger kids just pointed out 630 pounds of Trojans just stopped their running back that's 160 pounds. That's what the Wolverines have been up against all day long. Size difference and speed. Seeing the workout these kids have done all summer paying off. Outstanding defensive play there, Cedar Catholic. Number 64, that's Caden Lammers. First time we've called him today. Outstanding play. And Jacob Haar, he's at the bottom of the pile. As well as number 3, that's Jason Becker making a stop off that right, be the left side of the defensive front. And coming in again in the running back position, number 45, that's Bradley Marr. We talked to him earlier, the 120-pound junior running back for the Wolverines. He's got to look at the size difference, Trey, and go, oh, man, that kid's 3 times my size. So speed is his favor, but as the clock runs out into the third quarter, 42-0, Cedar Catholic, they're dominating.
Our 24-hour fitness center, REPS, challenges you to commit to be fit. Stop by and check out the fitness equipment and our complete array of weight machines. REPS is now offering fitness classes, dance, and gymnastics. Call 402-254-2474 or 402-920-1026 or visit us at www.reps-fitness.com. Top Crop is your local NK soybean and Golden Harvest corn dealer, also carrying a full selection of cover crops and offering custom seeding of small grains and grasses. Feel free to give Glenn Taney a call at 402-841-5599 or email at glenn@topcropinc.com.
Town & Country Insurance is proud to announce the opening of our new Hardington location on September 5th. Our location is 104 West Center Street, and our phone number is 402-254-9770. Stop in and see Frank, Carrie, Denise, or Ryan for any insurance need you may have.
Thank you to Town & Country Insurance, a newcomer to this year's broadcast, as 11, just starting the fourth quarter play here, and the quarterback literally running around back there just trying to do something with nothing, as red jerseys flying everywhere. Number 50, Rex Becker, and 57, Har, making a stop. It just ain't going to take long here. We're going to start seeing some new numbers. And there's the call. Number 28 checking in for Cedar Catholic. That's Connor Vlock, 155-pound freshman, and some new names, some new faces going to be coming in here as this game is well in hand. Some of the starters are already on the bench sitting there taking a breather. Their work is done for the day. Looking to pass, deep downfield, got wind at his back, and a receiver incomplete there. Good coverage by number 9 for Cedar Catholic, Miles Taney. Flashes of saying Joe Kimson on that one. I've seen that for years wearing that number 9, as it is Miles Taney, the freshman, breaking that pass play up. And that was a fourth down play. Did not realize it was fourth down there, so that was a fourth down scramble. Cedar Catholic taking over on downs, and Coach Chad Cotto, he's clearing the bench out. There is a whole host of numbers coming in here. We'll get these kids called off, but down in front of me is here I see Rex Becker, Eichhoff, Paulson, Har, Rohan. That's as good as it's going to get right now in C2. I am very impressed with these guys. Outstanding play. First down and 10, Matthew Schaefer under center. Handoff is the second man through, number 28. It's going to be a hold there on Cedar Catholic, it looks like. Ball handed off to Connor Vlock. And that's exactly what we got. A bit of a hold. I want to call a name out there, but Cedar player basically tackled him, Trey. Just wasn't, he knew he was out of position, so he just took the player out.
And probably one of the first plays in here for the young man, but they're going to get the kinks worked out. The second team trying to punch it in. Did get the ball to start inside the red zone, but we'll be back at the 24-yard line first at about 16, or first and 14, rather.
Passing game is over with for the day, I guarantee it, for Cedar Catholic. Coach Chad Cotto is just going to pound the ball on the ground. Handoff again is to Vlock. Good defensive front. And what we're going to see here, Trey, is you're going to see our freshmen, or players that don't play for the most part, going against a starting team, because there is no one else to bring in. They've got a couple kids, but there's going to be starters. They just mathematically cannot swap out kids like we can. So our kids are going to get a taste of what it's like to go against bigger, stronger kids now. And it's a good testament. It's a good chance for these other kids to see what they can do. So number 43 checking in, that's Eric Hazing, 170-pound sophomore. Handoff is to Hazing, straightforward, good running. And he gained a couple. He's going to gain a few on that one, so bring up third down and long, about 3rd and 13 coming up here for Cedar Catholic. Coming in, number 11, Noah Arns, the freshman, bringing the play in from the sideline. As all the starters now are sitting here on the bench. That's a pretty cool sight to see with all these guys down here after a hard day's work. 42 points up on the board. Pretty accomplished group. Handoff again, tripped up is Hazing, and that will bring up 4th down.
And I wouldn't say no to seeing that play every time for the rest of the game. I love when they give the big fullback a chance to run the ball, and he's making the most out of the small holes he's got and just muscling through for a couple yards.
Yeah, it's also a sportsmanship issue. We don't need to run no fancy plays here up 42-0. Just hand the ball off straightforward. It's about execution now, some repetition for these younger kids. Be nice to move the chains, keep the ball on the field a little bit more. Handoff, 28 going to the far side of the field is Vlock. Busting forward, good running there. And Cedar Catholic, on paper, yes, this is a turnover on downs. That was not the goal here to put it in the end zone. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Bancroft Rosalie is going to take over on their own 16-yard line. I know we still got 7 minutes to go, but coming up here in about a minute, we're going to talk about players of the game. There's 5 or 6 that we could give it to. We got to try to narrow it down. 2, 3 is the most we usually go with. This is one I could probably say 5. We had Sean Cottle so many times. We've said his name over the years. That kid could make the most amazing catches or plays or spectacular. One kid jumps out and says, wow, he's something. Today, there was 5 kids that it was about muscle. Pass play here, 1st and 10 for the Bancroft Rosalie. Slant pattern, it's going to be a catch and a pass. And look there, 4 Trojans right there. It's going to be a first down play, catch and pass there for Bancroft. Nice little play by the Wolverines, making the stop for Cedar Catholic, number 64, Caden Lammers, the senior.
And that's been one play that's been open all day, but they just haven't quite executed it. Getting right inside the middle of the field's wide open, but a great job on coverage by the Trojans to stop him from getting any yards after the catch. Able
to execute this one with, I'll call it the second string defense in there. As low snap, handoff to the running back through, and there it is. Great defensive up front. Number 77, we've called him a couple times, Marcus Arns, making the stop. 6:30 to go, 42-0 Cedar Catholic on top, on the defensive side of the ball with a second string team in right now. And looking to keep the shutout intact. We don't need to run the score up, I know that, but I'm sure Coach Mike Johnson says, you know what, defensive, let's buckle down here. We don't need to give up points this late in the contest. Fake quick pitch to the near side, quarterback keeper going straight forward, sidestepping a defender, lunge forward, is going to be knocked out of bounds, real close to that first down yardage. I'll have Trey give me a couple of names here, and just some kids that really stand out. When we take into account for Hartelco players of the game, we think leadership, execution. I think it comes down to there's a little bit of a personality. Who's going to step up and get someone motivated? And we'll go over those here in just a second. Has little hitch pattern, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Cannot hold the ball that long with a defense that fast. Number 71, Peyton Haar, the sophomore, making a stop, and that will bring up 4th down. We'll wait till after if we can get a stop here on 4th down and change of field, we'll talk about our players of the game. Fourth down and 7 coming up. Signals coming in from the far side of the field and the coaching staff. The back judge starting, he's getting close. Yep, they almost got that one off as now it's a pass play, incomplete. Right at the 45, 2 flags come in. It's going to be called as pass interference. Yeah, okay. He had good position, but it was a little bit of a bump there. Didn't give him a chance, so. Good defensive coverage. Will be an automatic first down for the Wolverines. They will retain possession of the ball with 4:30 to go. Give me one kid that really stood out. This is one of the first games you and I have called, Trey, but who's somebody that jumped out at you for that Cedar Catholic team?
I think immediately the first guy that comes to mind is Quinn Paulson, doing everything on offense, defense, and special teams. Tonight, kickoffs, extra points, getting those blocks in on the line, and getting to the backfield on the defensive line.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Quinn Paulson, 255-pound senior. His dad is one of those jumps to mind. Big motivator on the sidelines here. Has a low snap. Quarterback scrambling around. Defense is pursuing. Got green grass to the front side. First down, yardage, across the 40. Puts his head down as we run out the 31-yard line. So a busted play turned into a big one. Moves the chains. And now Coach Mike Johnson yelling out some instructions. We got to stop him here is what he's telling them. First down and 10, ball at the 31. I couldn't agree more there. Quinn Paulson, leadership. Unbelievable. I just didn't see him really stepping into that punting and kicking role like he was doing. All these touchbacks, extra points. The only one that he missed was blocked, and basically that was a snap hold issue that really, I think he went 4 for 5. As straightforward play, number 71 blowing that one up again. Peyton Haar, keep going. Peyton, you're following your big brother Jacob Haar's lead there, making a stop in the backfield. So the first one we're going to call Quinn Paulson. For me, the surprise standout of the game, Ian Rohan. Absolutely, 360-pound senior. He's always been a big kid, but he just seemed like his speed this game was something I hadn't seen in years past. So Ian Rohan, the 360-pounder, on the defensive side, plugged up the middle and made great defensive stops. There's a quarterback roll out to the far side. Our guys are in position, and it's going to be picked off. Number 15, Chase Lammers, making the interception at the 5-yard line. Trojans take over 1st and 10.
And with Rohan, it just seemed like every single play he was making the offensive line do what he wanted, putting his hands on anybody he wanted to. And for the first 2 series of the game, he was in on every single tackle.
Every single one. He really set the tone starting off this game. From the first 4 or 5 minutes, Rohan was out there doing his job. So I'm very impressed with either he's in better shape, or if he's strength, or if maybe he's just, I don't know, another year of maturity. But he has stood out to me that, like, this kid's really got something going on. And the last one, it's amazing to me that I've seen this kid as a freshman, how he matured and how things are. And I'm looking at 2 of them right now. They're both sophomores, and they both can be called players of the game. I'm just how this game has went. It's been a line thing. There's been great running and great whatnot, but the line play on both sides of the ball, if you watch this firsthand, has just been phenomenal. So to me, Rex Becker, number 50, sophomore, he was a player of the game 2 or 3 times last year. You saw that he had the potential. I can tell he's been in the weight room. He's put on some poundage. He's got strength. So to me, I really got to go with Rex Becker, the sophomore, and we completely agree, Quinn Paulson and Ian Rohan. They are your 3 Hartelco players of the game. Going to be a fumble. Looks like we fumbled it. No. I'm not sure what happened. I'll be honest, I don't know what happened.
It's like the ball was on the ground rolling around, and still waiting. They was signaled a touchdown, I believe. No points up on the clock now. There they are. Will be a touchdown for the Wolverines as the shutout is over. But still a pretty handily lead with 42-6, awaiting the extra point try.
That was one of those coaches' victories. You know, we got the shutout. This is not a deal breaker. The execution was there. That play was just deep down in that end zone there as Bancroft puts in the end zone. Pass play to the far side for the 2-point conversion, broken up. And 42-6. Waning moments, minute 35 to go. As, again, this game has been in hand for several minutes now. Again, we mentioned Ian Rohan, Quinn Paulson, and Rex Becker. This kid, I feel like I'm leaving him out just because we're just not going to give a whole ton of these. We got to keep it down to a minimum. But a couple that get unbelievable honorable mention. First one for me is going to be Haar. Jacob Haar, the senior 270-pounder. He's a workhorse in the middle. He did his job, did everything, then some. He will be a player of the game, no question, going forward and be a factor in Coach Chad Cotto's offense and defensive structure. And number 22, running the ball, Jacob Kaiser, Jackson Eichhoff. How many times do we say those same names? But you can't have good running without good blocking.
And they just keep pounding it all day long, taking hits even if the holes weren't there. And also, Jacob Kaiser was the man on defense with 2 interceptions in the game, played absolutely fantastic, had a big, long touchdown run, get called back, but still finished off the drive with a touchdown.
There's no reason him and Haar couldn't have been in there. I just don't want to give out 5.
And there's just so many kids out today that anybody could get it, just pull a name out of a hat.
There's you've been in those games too, Trey, where sometimes really there's only one kid that really stands out, or 2 maybe kind of thing. You kind of got to stretch that. This is not one of those games. I want to tell the coaches, look, we could have given it to 5 or even 6 different players. Dane Whitmire, I keep mentioning, he's an Arizona transfer, and we lived in Arizona for a while, so I have a little bit in common to talk to the kid. Kickoff here is going to go out of bounds, be a procedure penalty. Cedar Catholic's going to get the ball by midfield. But Whitmire, I never have called his game. I've been announcing for quite a while now. I've never called his name during a game, and for him to step in after Tanner Kaiser being, I think, a 3-year starter for Cedar, he didn't make any mistakes. He didn't win the game, but he didn't lose the game. And I think as a quarterback, new to the scheme, new to the senior, that's probably more important to not make those mistakes versus throw the touchdown pass.
Yeah, he did start off a little slow in the first few drives. The Wolverine defense did step up and make some tackles, but he settled in, made his progressions, and really got the ball to where it needed to be on either a couple pass plays or just handed it off to his workhorse running backs. Just a great job by him stepping in and getting everything done that he needed to get done.
Absolutely. Minute 35 to go, and we'll be wrapping this one up. Again, this is the first of a doubleheader. Hartington Newcastle is going to play host. Trey, can you tell me who they're playing tonight?
I believe it's the Homer Knights tonight.
Homer Knights coming to town here. Good handoff there as it's going to be stopped. First down, turn second down. Homer's coming to town. No weather issues. All kinds of storm issues down south in Wayne this morning. This is perfect here. A little bit of wind, but it's fall time. We got the field painted on Wednesday. Had everybody from both schools here painting. Had a great time, and it's that time of year. So if you ain't doing nothing tonight, you're just getting off work, it's 5 o'clock. If you're leaving work, come on up here to the field. The Grill Masters for Cedars just wrapping things up. And I know Hartington Newcastle is going to have concessions open as well. So get out of the house. It's nice. It's football weather as Hartington Newcastle will play the doubleheader at 7 o'clock. Hand off to number 28. It's going to be Vlock across the far side. And a gain of 5. That'll bring up third down and 5.
Clock will wind down here under a minute as just seemed like Cedar Catholic was in the driver's seat from the first kick. Just seemed like the Wolverines were just a little bit overmatched here today.
Yeah, just like I said, not a fair comparison. Good execution by some of their kids. We had the size, we got the numbers, and it showed. I don't know if we've been in the gym more, but our kids are strong. Cedar Catholic looking to go deep into the playoff scene again here in Class C2. Be the last play of the game here. Handoff is to Vlock across that left side. And he might have lost yard on it. 15 seconds to go. It's going to wrap up our first broadcast here. We'll go over a little bit of information, but I want to thank Trey for filling in here and helping out in the broadcast booth. That's Trey Morton. I appreciate all the help that he's done. Bill McGregor, he's taking care of all the technical stuff here that I can't even speak the lingo. And then all of our sponsors. We had a whole pile of them, and you hear some of their commercials. We played them several times. I want to thank all their sponsors. Go into their businesses, tell them thank you for sponsoring tonight's broadcast, and we appreciate their support. We're changing things up, as we mentioned, a little bit of digital audio stuff. If you like the way the broadcast is done, stop in and let the folks at Hart Telco know that you like the broadcast, or if you want to see a change, well, give them an idea. We're always open to suggestions, so I want to thank you for listening. Again, this is going to wrap up today's contest here. 42-6, Cedar Catholic dominated on the offense. Defense took care of business. And it's going to turn around. Cedar Catholic next week is going to be on the road. They go to Shelby Rising City. Was down there a couple years ago for a playoff game. Fast kid down there. He graduated, went on to play some college ball. At that game, Cedar took care of the defensive side, and the game really wasn't a contest. That's a long drive south. And then we're going to come back home here to Twin River. Twin River is a consolidation down there, Genoa, Nebraska. That's originally, we had Brooke Albers in here during the halftime from the Grill Masters and the Booster Club. That's her hometown down there in Genoa, just west of Columbus. And they're going to come up to town. It'll be the second meeting between Cedar Catholic and Genoa, last year being the first. After that, take a week off, go to Wisner Pilger. And then it really starts to get tough in Class C2. Cedar Catholic comes in. We have Battle Creek. They're perennial #1 year after year. Battle Creek, Lutheran High Northeast, and Crofton. That's going to be a three-game stretch in there. You're going to find out who's got it and who don't. The Cedar Catholic's going to wrap up 2 away games at Stanton and at Ponca. Not saying those teams have been off the past couple years, but they haven't really stood up to Battle Creek, Lutheran High Northeast, and Crofton. So if you're looking to come out to a game, there's no reason you can't come out to all of them, but if you're going to pick one, Battle Creek and Crofton are the two that, if you really want to see some good Class C2 Nebraska high school football, that's where you should start. That's going to be it in here. 42-6 your score from Russ Hochstein Field. Trojans dominant on both sides of the ball. Scott Ulrich alongside Trey Morton and Bill McGregor on the technical side. Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in at 7 o'clock for Hartington Newcastle, and we'll see you back here next week. Thank you.